Good day to you, sir. My name is Narlene Bahan. A currently second year student taking up a Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness. And I'm your student for N738, ScSc16, Life and Works of Rizal. So for today's video, I'm gonna present to you the one of the works of Rizal's life, his literary piece. So I'm gonna present now. Farewell, my adored land, region of the sun caressed, pearl of the Orient Sea, our Eden blows. With gladness, I give you my life, sad and repressed. And were it more brilliant, more fresh, and at the best, I will still give it to you, for your welfare at most. On the fields of battle, in the fury of fight, others give you their lives, without gain or hesitancy. The place does not matter, cypress laurel, lily white, scaffold, open field, conflict, or martyrdom site. It is the same if you ask by home and country. I die as I see things on the sky begin to show, and at last announce the day after a gloomy night. If you need a hoe to die, your matutinal blow. Pour my blood, and at the night moments spread it so. I gild it with a reflection of your mascent light. My dreams, when scarcely a lad adolescent. My dreams, when already a youth, full of vigor to attend. Where to see you, gem of the sea of the Orient. Your dark eyes, smooth brow, held to a high plane, without frown, without wrinkles, and of shame, without stain. My last fancy, my ardent, passionate desire. Hell cries out the soul to you, that will soon part of thee. Hell, how sweet this to fall, that fullness you may acquire. To die, to give you life, not your skies to expire, and in your mystic land to sleep through eternity. If over my tomb someday you would see blue, a simple, humble floor, add mystic grasses, bring it up to your lips and kiss my soul. So, and under the cold tomb, it may feel on my brow, warm of pure breath, a whiff of your tenderness. Let the moon with the soft, gentle light me descry. Let the dawn send forth its fleeting brilliant light. In murmurs, grave aloud the wing to sigh. And should a bird descend on my cross and alight, let the birds intone a song of peace over my sight. Let the burning sun the raindrops vaporize, and with my clamor behind return fear to the sky. Let a friend shade thirst over my early demise, and on the quiet afternoons when one prays for me on high, pray to, oh, my motherland, that in God may rest it. Pray thy hour for the hapless who have fled, for all those who unequaled torments have undergone, for our poor mothers who in bitterness have cried, for orphans, widow, and captives to torture were shield, and pray to that you may see your own redemption. And when the dark night wraps the cemetery, the only dead to vigil there are left alone. Don't disturb their repose. Don't disturb the mystery. If you hear the sounds of Satan or posterity. It is I, their country, who a song to your entomb. And when my grave by all is no more remembered, with neither cross nor stone to mark its place, let it be plowed by man, with spade let it be scattered, and my ashes are to nothingness are restored. Let them turn to dust to cover your earthly space. Then it doesn't matter that you should forgive me. Your atmosphere, your sky, your veils, I'll sweep. Vibrant and clear note to your ear I shall be. Aroma, light, host, murmur, song, moanings, deep, constantly repeating the essence of the faith I keep. My idolized country, for whom I most gravely pine, dear Philippines, to my last goodbye, oh, hearken, there I live all, my parents, my loves of mine. I'll go where there are no slaves, tyrants, or hangmen, where fate does not kill, and where God alone does reign. My Ultimo Edus by Jose Rizal. So that's all the literary piece of Jose Rizal, the, the goodbye piece. Um, when Dr. Jose Rizal wrote the last piece of writing, which is his final work before he died, entitled My Ultimo Ages, or shall I say, My Last Farewell. And the author wrote this for um, for goodbye to the world, to their homeland, um, that missing for from the poem. For reading the poem reveals the author admire for his homeland. This well-known literary work was inspired by the social condition in which he observed enslavement, cruelty, brutality toward his loved ones. So, Rizal proclaims that readiness to die for his countrymen and bids farewell to his loved ones, his homeland, and everyone he cared about. So, as he remembers his absence, the poem shows that um, the author having an emotions, they have a lot of feelings that he felt. He is he is emotional when he done his final writing toward his friend, his country, his homeland where he living. So the author the author got um, remembered everything. So regardless the matter how one interprets the poetry, so it was a uh, beautiful waiting as farewell, as goodbye to um, his his um, his land where he living, and he hopes that today's youth in the new generation, um, they will continue the battle for independence that he has fought for, and he is greatly in certain Filipinos who recently given their life for the love of their homeland to fight of their um, of their right as a Filipino. Um, Rizal or the author never regretted putting his life in risk because he knows everything. He knows what's happening, and he is successfully carrying out uh, his um, his destiny, which is to die for his country. Um, due to his due to his dedication and great desire for political change of the equality of the Spaniard towards Filipino, so Rizal Rizal fight for the right and to save the Filipino. So he is ready to die because he knows his destiny. And and he released this word in the poetry to describe what he felt while in the jail. So Rizal felt sad, felt more emotion, knowing that it was final moment to give his life into his nation, into his country, but his rep agendum will never, had not yet been fulfilled, had not yet been done because of what happened to Rizal, because he died. um, Dr. Jose Rizal in the Philippines national hero, as we all know, under the cruel rule of the Spaniard, one of the many who battled for the country's freedom, for the benefits of the country. So Rizal Rizal battled, Rizal fight many Rizal experienced many battle, many challenge, many fight for his country. So Rizal battled with his pen rather than spare or word. He utilized censures instead of violence to fight the Spaniard injustice. So Rizal returned to the Philippines and assisted in the construction of the school, a hospital, a water supply system, and agriculture. This demonstrates Rizal's devotion to the people. Rizal says farewell and provide his life, although sorrowful and suppressed in the poem of first stanza, because um, um, Rizal knows that uh, he will die. So this is the due to the fact that Rizal's life was important. It was also filled with adversity due to their circumstance. Rizal was a hardworking, a great dedication to the Filipino, to his country, to his homeland. Um, Rizal prior to this, he wrote two novels in which he harshly criticized Spaniard rule in an attempt to stir up and ignite the hearts of Filipinos for our revolution against inequality in their own land. And he was pursued by the government, the men who lose their lives for his beloved nation are, and the subject of the second. He portrays in the third stanza that if achieving freedom means dying, he will die. He was imprisoned several times, and each time he had opportunity to flee. He can fight and support as long as he can handle pen and paper. So this stanza, Rizal wants to fight by the use of pen and paper. So he don't want to fight the sword, as I talked earlier, that Rizal don't want to fight by the use of sword, but he wants to fight by the use of pen and paper, which he can wrote the truth, the fact of what happening in our nation, in our country. So Rizal and fight for his love for the Filipinos. So he need to fight back by the use of pen and paper. So in that case, the Rizal fight was good because um, the Spaniards never know that Rizal has fight back by the use of his pen and paper. For the fourth stanza, it tackles the flashback of everything, the memories of Rizal. He remembered all from his childhood, from what he done in the country. So he remembered everything because of the Gomberzoa's martyrdoms. So Gomberzoa's martyrdom, he witnessed injustice at a young age. So Rizal know everything what happened in the Philippines towards Spaniard. He knows what Spaniard done in the Filipinos. So so in the sixth line, Dr. Jose Rizal requests simple flowers, not monuments. So he he would not be forgotten. The grass described represent the Philippines, um, because of his work and dedication in the Philippines. Um, Even though uh, he will have a big trouble for fighting his country, but he continue of what he done, or he continue for his love of our country, which is the Philippines. Rizal saying into the features in shown in the seventh stanza. The moon shine brightly above his broil, symbolize a clean sky and land free of tyrants. So, and the bird singing a song of peace over his grave signifies peace after his death, as well as peace throughout his life. So, when the bird song, uh, we we knows that it signifies a peaceful life. So, Rizal wished for everyone to pray for another, for those who have suffered and fallen, for those who are defenseless and tormented, for mothers and captive, and for independence in the ninth stanza. Rizal has no longer cares if he is forgotten in the 11th stanza, as long as the message, the, the teaching, the information of his thoughts, his work, his words, and his philosophy are propagated. So Rizal don't cares everything, but he, as long as his work be propagate, so um, to get more learnings, especially for me as a student. So um, this uh, work of Rizal gives a lot of idea of what happening in the past and what happening for the Spaniard brutality to the Filipinos. This is because Rizal understood and believed that education is the key to Philippines development. So Rizal, especially for the youth, Rizal wants to be educated. Rizal's want that every Filipinos knows everything what happening, and so um, as he wrote the other novel that he pushed, especially the the children to pursue education. So in this last part of the content of my video that I presented, this about for what is the impact of my life after I read in the poem, or the literary piece. So after I read the poem, I felt empowered. I felt empowered because of what Rizal have done in our country. What he done, that he fight everything for uh, for for the country towards the Spaniards. So I felt empowered for knowing this poem, and yet I felt sorry for what happened to Rizal at the end. Um, for the last poem that he wrote, I very felt sorry because of Rizal died because of fighting for his country. So in spite to his greatness, he became a criminal for the Spaniard. But for the for the Philippines, Rizal is a hero. So which a lot of Filipinos, a lot of um, new generation inspired of what he's done for our country, of what he fight back against the Spaniard. So for the poem, I realized is the poem message to me is that we are we are all born a heroes. We appreciate of what happens. We should care of our country. We should be proud of, and for this um, born a hero inside our heart. We are a hero, not a superhero in the traditional sense, but a hero in terms of we can fight for the country, for our neighborhood, for our homeland. We can fight. We can also bring the goodness. So, however, every one of us is a hero. in our own right. We are a hero inside our heart, as I mentioned. We born a hero, um, not a literal hero that have a superpower, but we are hero by helping other people, by giving by fighting for the right of our country, and we're proud for our country. So every minute of our lives should be treasured. So um, so as Rizal done um, his literary piece, Rizal done everything, and he treasured everything, everything he wrote, everything he has done for the country. Uh, Also, the message of this is to emphasize the significance of one's love and admiration for one's dialect or language, as it served as a bridge and mediator between peoples and countries. So that's all, and for the information of this video, I wrote my idea, everything, my idea, uh, in order to not forget in talking in front of the camera. So I wrote everything and glanced the my answer. Uh, so that's all, and thank you.